Everyone, it's Yvonne here to do you what's cracking reading, and then we will be doing Aquarius after this one. Sometimes people ask me when I'm doing whatever, I do them in order of except for last week when I went backwards, but I do them in order of the astrological chart. So, if you know Aquarius is coming up, then I must have only done Libra a little while ago. Okay, and it will come round again. So I try to do one a day. Sometimes I get two in, but as best as I can. Well, firstly, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for all of your support. It doesn't go unnoticed. I did have a lot of feedback yesterday about the readings, so it's really, I don't need your validation, but it's really good to know that you're getting what you need. And whatever the readings are that are coming through, if they're resonating with you, then that's a really good thing. Okay. If you would like a personal reading with me, I am available for personal readings. However, I'm booked out this week. But if you go to www.theaussiegoddess.com, you can book a reading in your time zone when you are able to attend. At the moment, I'm doing readings Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but because I'm on holidays shortly for a couple of weeks, I might open up that a bit further. But it seems to be sufficient at the moment. If you would like to join me or you would like to support the channel, everything is in the box below, but you will need to access that from the main site. The YouTube app doesn't show it up. All right, I think I've got everything in. We are using the Arcanum Tarot today, and we're starting off with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful card. It does say that you've completed a cycle. But for me, with the Ten of Pentacles, it's sort of like the Ten of Cups, as opposed to the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords. Sometimes with Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, it's like you're putting a really heavy burden down or something negative down. And you've completed the cycle, but you've learned about that. When I see the Ten of Pentacles or the Ten of Cups, for me, you're ending up a little bit more on a high. So you may have learned your lessons, but they may be more around your financial or love support. So it's a little bit different in that you're still completing a cycle, but you're ending up more on a high note, whereas when you're coming out of the Swords of Wands, you may very well have sort of struggled to get through that. So the Ten of Pentacles can mean that you finally got the job that I've still got Clyde with me. He's attached. And he is just looks at me with his face, and I just think, oh, he's so gorgeous. Get down, buddy. Go and sit down for a little while. Oh, no wonder I'm distracted at the moment. So you're finishing a cycle, you're ending up on a high note. So for me, what Spirit is saying here is you've probably landed on your feet when you get round to this sort of energy, which can mean that you've got the job that you wanted, you've got the income you wanted, you may have the love offer you wanted here with the Page of Cups, possibly with a Pisces. But for me, the Page of Cups can represent other types of love. So it could be an invitation. It could be, meeting up, being asked to meet up with family and friends. But it is a very heartfelt energy when it comes through as a cup. Oh, okay. So you have a big love offer coming from a person here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The King of Cups can be, oh my goodness, after reading Jane Eyre. Joan, thank you very much for your comment. Yes, it's quite enlightening. It just sort of reminds me of that whole sort of energy with the King of Cups. Like sometimes it can be someone who can be a little cold, and you may not even know that this person likes you. Now remember, whether it's a king or a queen, it is not about male or female. It is about the energies. So sometimes somebody can come up as the King of Cups because they are a little cold in their approach, or maybe you don't suspect that they like you. Maybe this person's a little bit, that's why I was just thinking about Rochester, Mr. Rochester. But it's sort of like this energy of, when you have a big crush on someone and you're thinking they don't sort of show anything towards me, and then one day they ask you out and you're like, well, you never really gave me any indication that you were interested. So it can be a little bit like that with the King of Cups, as opposed to the Queen of Cups, who is always very open, very loving, very nurturing. We do have the Magician coming through here with the Ten of Cups. So you start with the Ten of Pentacles and you're on the Ten of Cups here. So I feel like it's somebody's going to make an offer to you. Now, always keep in mind it doesn't necessarily be romantic, because people take the reading so seriously that they do not understand that maybe it means something different to them. You know, this could be somebody coming in. There's an invitation, and it could be somebody coming in to ask you, you know, to go somewhere or do something. I mean, it might be at work, but this person's never shown you any interest before. Maybe you've been overlooked at work. Maybe you know, have never had this opportunity, but it's coming towards you. Whatever it is, it's a very good opportunity, and sort of makes you feel like that Ten of Cups energy, where we can move into the next cycle feeling that we've accomplished something really well. Whatever it is, it's a good offer. For some of you, this is definitely romantic. Oh, look at this. Queen of Cups straight out of the gate. Very interesting energy. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. I have a really strong feeling here that there is something that you are going to be asked, and I feel like it is romantic for you. I feel like somehow or another you may have felt very overlooked in the past. It might be by this particular person, but maybe, you know, sometimes people don't pay us attention. That is my dog making that noise, not me, by the way. Sometimes people don't pay us attention, you know, and we can go through, you know, a time where we feel unnoticed or invisible, and then all of a sudden something happens. You know, I've had somebody do that, and then out of the blue they've addressed me by name and started talking to me, and I'm like, I wouldn't know you from Adam. And I feel like this is the connection you have with this person, where perhaps you have felt that they were not interested. Maybe there's a lot of other people around you here. Maybe you've toyed with the idea that this person could like you, but you've pushed it away. Sometimes this can mean that I'm just going to go a little bit further here. Yeah, we have the Seven of Cups coming through with the Victory card. Oh my goodness, and then the Knight of Cups at the end. I'm just going to pull a card from the middle of the deck for that one, and we have the Justice card. I honestly feel this is romantic. I feel like you've been dealing with somebody here. Look, it might be that you've gone for a job. You've gone for an interview. You've had the invite for the interview. You go to the job. You do your best, but you come away feeling there's no way in the world I'm going to get that job. And then this comes through. And that's a contract and an offer. If this is about romance for you, then there is a very strong feeling here that somebody's had their eye on you for a while, and I feel like they're coming in with an offer and a love contract. There is a Victory card here. So whichever way round it is, you're going to score highly here. I feel like you've perhaps toyed with this previously, so it could be with that particular person, or it could be that you don't feel noticed, or you're in a period of time where nothing seems to be happening. You may have had a dry spell in your romance life. We've all done those several year, well, most of us have done the several year dry spell, and then all of a sudden somebody comes out of the blue. But I really feel that this person is going to sort of express themselves here. If this is a job for you, then you have impressed somebody very greatly at this interview. All right, so this could be money coming from that. Absolutely, 100%. Money coming from an offer, from a King of Cups. Perhaps something that you have manifested. Whenever I see the Magician, I feel like perhaps this person looks at you and goes, hey, you've got everything we need here. We want you. We want you for this reason. We've got the Ten of Cups coming through. So maybe you're walking into something, walking away from a state of having no fulfillment, or especially no emotional fulfillment. Maybe you were looking for your cup, or your Ten of Cups, or your Nine of Cups. Maybe it is a wish come true. But you see, you weren't seeing it. So I feel like here for some of you, this is definitely romantic. For others of you, this could just be an offer that you didn't see coming at you. I feel like perhaps you've been a little bit I almost want to say jaded by your circumstances or jaded by the past. You may be one of those people who feels that, love is going to pass them by. It's really interesting because I think people say to me often, they'll be in their 40s and say, oh, it's too late for me. And I'm like, yeah, 64. 64, I met Jeff. 64, 65, 66, no, 63. 63, yeah, because it was a 9 year. That's right, 63. So don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. I read about people often who have, got their first degree at 90, and, that woman who was doing skydiving, and she was in her 90s as well. I'm like, I couldn't even do skydiving in my 90s. So too funny. I think it's amazing though. I love it when I see people achieve things like no matter where. I think of people, I remember watching Anthony Robbins or listening to Anthony Robbins when I had a real bent on sort of, improving my life. And I went through that sort of coaching thing, and I'd gone to see all these great coaches like Anthony Robbins in Sydney. And it was a fabulous week. I enjoyed it. It was so good. I actually won tickets for that, which was really cool too. So all I had to pay for was a hotel. But I remember him talking about people who'd achieved things late in life and started giving all these things go the distance. All these people, like, the guy who invented Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel. I don't think he ever got to see how impressive he was, but he walked the streets trying to sell his product for so long, and he was well into his 60s when he finally got someone to take notice of him. But there's a range of people, in their 50s and 60s, and some people like well into their 40s who have not made it until then. And I read somewhere the other day that a lot of people do not make it until they're well into their 40s and 50s. So I don't really know. Age is such a strange concept that we seem to work by. And I've been reading up a lot on age because they sort of have figured out that maybe something to do with, aging, maybe more in our health than we realise. So it's been quite interesting reading up on some of those things. But anyway, I digress. Somebody said to me the other day, I get distracted. Yes, I do. That's who I am. I'm all over the place. Autistic, ADHD, right here. Okay, so we have the car to go the distance. 47. Okay, endurance, strength, and the long haul. The Oracle's message says, to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. Now, I want to read the relationship message here because it really does resonate with the reading. So if this is romantic for you, this is your message. You either are in or you are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. Ta-da! For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean that will never be a wrong note played, but that relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So I feel whether that is for you some other event or whether it is in fact a romance, it's sort of like it's falling into place when it needs to fall into place. So if you're already in a relationship or that you're not interested in a relationship, whatever it is, I feel like this is an offer that is coming right at the right time for you. Such a beautiful energy. All right, I'm going off to do the reading for Aquarius. So if you're waiting on the Aquarius reading, it will be up in about half an hour. See ya.